Welcome to this week's episode of Holly's Racing Fantasy. I'll bring you the latest news and what's going on around NASCAR. We'll hit the highlights from last week's race, and I'll give you my fantasy picks for this upcoming week. Join John and I for all things fantasy, and we're going to have a whole lot of fun while we do it. Stick around. Holly's Racing Fantasy is sponsored by Fifth Down Fantasy. For the latest NFL news and pro football and NASCAR picks, trust the gang over at Fifth Down Fantasy. Since 2016, Fifth Down Fantasy has been a favorite destination for football fanatics looking for smart and savvy advice and analytics. Visit fifthdownfantasy.com today. Fifth Down Fantasy, real fantasy advice by and for real fantasy players. Well, the Bank of America Roval 400 is a thing of the past for 2023.
Hooray.
Hooray.
The worst track on the circuit.
Well, it's the worst track because it's an elimination race.
Yeah.
And let me tell y'all what happened. First up, AJ Allmendinger won the race.
Hooray.
Hooray. Which is hilarious because we all know he's great at a road course. Did I put him in my fantasy picks last week? No, because I assumed that all of the playoff drivers were going to really try hard to stay in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And that Allmendinger would just kind of be, somewhere in the top 10.
Well, what did we learn then?
Well, we learned that the
non-playoff racers are racing.
Non-playoff racers are racing.
They're still racing.
They sure are.
Yeah.
Let me give you a rundown real quick because we got a lot to get to today.
Yeah.
AJ Allmendinger is the winner. William Byron comes in second. Kyle Busch comes in third. Ty Gibbs was fourth, which is a shocker, but he did great. Joey Logano fifth. Tyler Reddick sixth. Chris Buescher seventh. Alex Bowman eighth. Chase Elliott 9, and Ross Chastain came in 10th.
And Henry Nohud came in 11th.
But let me tell you something. Who was in my fantasy picks last week? I told you Kyle Busch was an honorable mention.
Yeah.
Joey Logano was a bold pick. Tyler Reddick was brilliant. Chris Buescher was bold. Alex Bowman was an honorable mention. And Chase Elliott was a brilliant. So the only people who are suspiciously missing from my picks are Denny Hamlin and Ryan Blaney.
Yeah. Well, Denny hit that curb in practice.
Denny hit the curb, which Denny, about after stage 2, it was announced that Denny already made it into the next round on points.
Yeah.
So I think he got a little funky, and then he ended up, hitting a curb and finishing last.
Yeah.
Which did nothing for my fantasy points.
Right.
But that's neither here nor there. So let me tell you who got eliminated. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, folks. Sadly, not going into the round of 8 is Brad Keselowski, Ross Chastain, Kyle Busch, and Bubba Wallace. Sadly.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Even though Kyle Busch came in third.
Even though Kyle Busch came in third, and Ross Chastain came in 10th, it just wasn't enough to get it done. And Bubba was close. I mean, he was up there a couple of times, but just couldn't happen. But you know what? He still did a good job. He did a good job.
He did. It's hard with the pit strategy, because you start off the race and you qualify and you get your spot, but then it's so long that, once people start going in early so they can stay out. They do.
The strategies are crazy.
Strategy it's like a chess game. It's like NASCAR chess.
Here's what ruined Bubba Wallace. And correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going on memory, folks. I don't even have notes here. I do believe that at one point near the with 30, maybe 50, 30 laps left. Who was it? Someone got in. Daniel Suarez got into Austin Cindric, who got into Bubba Wallace, or is that not ringing a bell?
Are you asking me? Because I don't remember what I just ate.
Either way, Bubba Wallace got slammed in the rear and he went across the chicane, and instead of he kept going because of the momentum, but unfortunately NASCAR officials say you have to stop, which he didn't. So he had to serve a pass-through penalty, and that was just enough to put him in the back, and he never could catch up.
All right, I got you.
I mean, I suppose I can look through the notes and see, if that's
but
exactly
I mean, I'm
happened,
sure.
But everybody gets into everybody else, and it's kind of like, I can't, one week to the next, you never know.
Yeah, when you're racing on a go-kart circuit.
Yeah.
with a big NASCAR.
Now, I got to say, Kyle Larson, he started in the rear in a backup car, man. And the guy still finished 13th.
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
They could give him a 10-speed.
Oh, my.
And he could
he totally could.
He'd be the only one on a 10-speed bicycle.
I know, right?
I say 10-speed because I'm from the 80s.
I know.
He was on a 10-speed. Isn't it like everybody rides mountain bikes now and everything?
I guess they do. I don't know.
But I'm like, give him a 10-speed.
Who knows?
Give him a 3-speed. Give him a unicycle. There goes Larson on the unicycle.
Now, I do want to say it's kind of interesting because I just totally lost my train of thought.
Yeah, you did.
Because you get going with these and I'm zoning out and I'm picturing people riding unicycles. Okay,
how many people would watch that though?
You know what? All right. You know what? The wonderful thing about watching AJ Allmendinger win, oh my God, the guy was crying in his car.
Yeah.
Before he even got, because they have the cameras in the car. Right. You could see him as soon as he crossed that finish line. He's wiping his eyes. He's crying. He gets out. He's crying. They said, "Why? I know this is really emotional." He's like, "You know what? You never know if it'll ever happen again."
Right.
And that is the truth.
It is the truth.
NASCAR is so crazy.
It goes back to my theory. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? And I was like, come on.
Every week.
Track fillers. These guys are track fillers.
They are and they are.
But I'm just saying, but every now and then it's like the miracle happens.
Right.
And like a dinger wins.
Absolutely.
And, it's special.
It was really.
It's cool.
It's really nice.
I was happy for him.
I know. Well, I was very happy for him too. I was all choked up myself. And
yeah.
I was. So advancing to the round of 8 are William Byron, who is currently leading. Martin Truex Jr., who is second.
Okay.
I'm going to do it in order.
Go ahead. Give us the order of who's moving on.
Who's moving on and how far above they are. William Byron, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, Chris Buescher, Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, and Ryan Blaney.
Ryan Blaney.
Who is at the bottom of the 8.
Yeah, he's still moving on.
But he's still moving on. He better get his butt going.
Yeah, is he good in Vegas?
Yeah, he's so-so.
So-so, okay.
He's an honorable mention.
Okay.
But let me tell you something.
Yeah.
That's 4 Toyotas.
Wow.
That's 4 Toyotas, 2 Fords, and 2 Chevys.
Toyota.
I know.
Yeah.
So I think that's enough for the
Who could ask for
the Roval.
Anything more?
I think that's enough for the Roval.
Toyota.
We head to Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Okay.
And there are only 4 races left, folks.
Wow.
4 more times to hear our lovely voices.
And I was going to say, 4 more shows.
Mm-hmm. 4 more shows. Las Vegas, Homestead, Martinsville, and Phoenix. Well, I guess that'll be 5. No, I guess 4 more shows.
Yeah. If you can count.
Or 5. Are we going to wrap up?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, well, obviously we're going to wrap up the end of the season after Phoenix. Right.
Yeah, so 5. 5 more shows. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to NASCAR news because we got a few things going on.
Let's go there.
NASCAR news. Okay. So today we are recording, of course, on a Wednesday. Mm-hmm. And so tomorrow is Thursday. But when you all are listening to this, it's going to be Friday. So this will already have happened.
Okay.
But Kyle Larson is making his first on-track step toward the Indy 500.
Wow.
On Thursday.
That's cool.
He's going to the rookie orientation program testing in Indianapolis. Really, though? Like, you're racing this weekend, but you're like, in the meantime, I'm going to go do a rookie orientation.
Well, who's he drive for?
Yeah, Rick Hendrick.
Yeah, they got like Concords and stuff, I'm sure.
Oh, you think so?
Helicopters, private jets, Concords. There isn't even a Concorde anymore. Yeah. This isn't Phil Collins trying to make it to like Live Aid,
Oh, you remembered that.
Remember that?
That's hilarious.
Yeah, he played in London, then he played in Philadelphia.
Yes, he did. You're right. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
So he's doing that from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that he passes the orientation. I assume he is. He's attempting to become the 5th driver to compete in both Memorial Day races.
Wow.
Do you know who else has done it?
I know. Kurt Busch.
Kurt Busch in 2014. Yeah. And Robbie Gordon. And Tony Stewart.
Jeff Gordon?
No. Robbie
Gordon.
Yep.
Oh.
Tony Stewart and John Andretti.
Really?
I know.
Wow. I thought Jeff Gordon did it.
I thought he did too.
All right.
Well, he's going to be there. Jeff Gordon and Rick Hendrick are both going to be there to watch So that's how he's getting there. He must be flying in with them or something.
Jeff's going to be there to make sure Kyle keeps his mouth shut.
Yes, to make sure that Kyle behaves and stays in line and doesn't get too fancy.
Right, which could lead to your next story.
Which could lead to my next story, which is everybody knows that Denny Hamlin has a podcast.
Yeah.
And apparently Jeff Gordon made mention, again, I'm not reading this, folks, going on the memory of reading the article earlier. Jeff Gordon made mention about how Denny Hamlin, because, Denny Hamlin is really embracing his role as the villain. Mm-hmm. And he's very vocal. He's very out there. He's very, he's seen and be seen. And Jeff Gordon thinks that that's distracting. He says that he wouldn't want any of his drivers to be so vocal and, out there, drawing attention to themselves.
Right.
He wants them all to just, behave, so to speak. And Denny found out about that, Denny said that he and Jeff had always gotten along, and he was kind of surprised that Jeff mentioned that. And he says he encourages that. He says he's glad that he races for Joe Gibbs because they are always encouraged to be themselves and be out there. And he does the same thing with his 2311 drivers.
Right.
And basically he said, I'm glad that I don't race for Jeff Gordon because I wouldn't want to be that way.
Right.
Which he does say. He says that he feels that, the Hendrick drivers are a little more, outspoken. But, I know. I think that's very interesting.
It is interesting.
I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
Here's more NASCAR news.
Okay.
Matt Kenseth is joining Legacy Motor Club in a competition advisor role next season.
Oh, please race Matt Kenseth.
I know.
They need a driver.
They need
desperately.
Well, they are getting John Hunter Nemechek in the 42 next year.
Yeah.
So he is going to mentor Eric Jones and John Hunter Nemechek.
Cool.
And he will work with them with all kinds of his expertise.
Oh, great.
I know. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know if Jimmy Johnson's going to run next year because he didn't get to run this year thanks to his family tragedies.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. But he said that, don't forget, Legacy Motor Club is going Toyota next year.
Yes.
And that's one of the reasons because Matt Kenseth is very, very used to the Toyota. So, I know, very interesting.
Very interesting.
Yep, so there's that. And then Sheldon Creed is not going to return for Childress Racing at the Xfinity next year, which he's driven a couple of Cup cars this season. So I don't know who's replacing him in the two, but we'll be sure to find out.
Maybe Noah Gregson.
You know what?
Hey,
you never know.
You never know.
And some of my Ty Dillon, which didn't you make a joke about Ty Dillon last week too?
Was it Ty or Austin?
No, I think you said something about Ty Dillon because I put him in my bonkers list and you're like, yeah, go figure.
Yeah.
But I will say that Ty Dillon will not be back in the 77 car for Spire Motorsports next year.
Who's replacing him?
Hold on. I don't know where Ty Dillon is going to go yet. It hasn't been announced because this just came out today. And who's replacing him? Who's going to run the 77 for Spire Motorsports next year in the Cup Series 2024? Full-time driver?
Me.
Carson Hocevar.
Hocevar.
So good for him. The kid.
Your boyfriend. You're stalking him.
He's like my.
He's gonna put a. He's gonna put a restraint on you.
Oh my Lord!
What are they called?
A restraining order.
A restraining order.
He is not. He's like he's like my stepson.
Yeah.
You know, because he's only a year older than my actual son.
Right.
But yet he's eons older than my actual son.
I don't do the horse effect because I think he's a horse. I like his last name.
Yeah, I know.
So I was like,
We're not.
I love saying it.
We're not making fun of it.
No, I'm not making fun of it. I just want people to know that.
Oh, God. No, people know.
The horse is like,
it's just funny.
It's just fun to do.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
And he's going to be driving the 42 for the rest of the season.
That's awesome.
So it'll be fun.
He's a good kid.
He is a good kid. He's a lot of fun. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
So him and Corey LaJoy will be, not that I'm fond of Corey LaJoy, but they'll be, getting along. And
Corey LaJoy will be in the Trump car.
Teaming.
Wasn't he in the Trump car?
Oh, I don't want to talk. You know what?
Was he? We're not getting political here.
We're not getting political, but he did have that 1 year he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yoy. Let me see.
He's kind of a dick on the track too, though.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, just trying to say.
Just saying.
Just saying.
You know what's happening right now today? They are tearing down Auto Club.
Oh.
Auto Club's Speedway in Fontana, California.
Wow.
I know. That's
Are they
so
changing
sad. No.
It's just done.
It's just done.
Wow, they're not going to be, that's it.
No, they're probably going to put up a Dollar General.
Tear down that bitch of a track and put up a speedway where a speedway ought to be.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
And the NASCAR Mexico Series is going to share the day with the NASCAR Cup Series when it comes to the Busch Light Clash in the Coliseum this year.
Oh, cool.
I didn't know there was a NASCAR Mexico Series.
I didn't know that either.
I know. There's a lot we don't know.
No.
There's a lot. We just talk a good game.
Do they race with like donkeys and
Oh, no. You know what? I'm going to have to go back and clip that out. You do not know?
No,
Stop.
come on. Lighten up.
20 drivers.
Yeah. Like donkeys and little
it.
wagons on the back.
No, they're
remember
not
like when
be.
they had that coffee commercial?
No, yeah.
Remember who picked the coffee? He picks everyone by
Oh my
hand.
God, Juan Valdez.
Juan Valdez.
Yes.
Right.
Kyle Larson says he will be racing in the Mexico NASCAR. No, actually.
Kyle Larson will be racing a unicycle.
He actually said he's going to pay attention to the event. And it's important to show the fans the different brands of NASCAR, not just the Cup Series. Because there's also a Euro Series, and a Canadian Series, and a Brazil Series that debuted this year.
That's awesome.
So he says it's important for diversity. And I'll tell you, this guy, if he's not racing, and no, I'm not going to eat my hat. I'll laugh. That's all. Because I'm not going to eat my hat anymore.
Eat my shorts, man.
Eat my shorts. And I think that is it for NASCAR news this week. If we think of anything else, you know how we are. We'll throw it in there at the end.
Or the mouse will tell you or whatever.
The mouse. Oh, yeah. The mouse has got some stuff to say because I heard he went to an interesting event when he was in Charlotte.
I heard he did.
I sure did. All right. So we're going to get on with Sexy Booth Talk.
Oh, there's Sexy Booth Talk?
There is Sexy Booth Talk.
Oh, okay. Let's
go get him.
I'll go get him.
Go get him.
All right.
All right. Okay, folks, that saxophone means only one thing.
It only means one thing.
It's time for Sexy Booth Talk.
Oh, you know it.
These are things that we heard this weekend from the NASCAR broadcast booth.
We heard them and we love them.
And we wrote them down.
Oh, we wrote them down.
And we did not make this up.
No, we dropped the pen.
We sure did.
Yeah.
These are statements that came from either Rick Allen,
Ricky Dicky,
Steve Letarte,
oh, the Letarte man,
Dale Earnhardt Jr.,
oh, Junior,
or Jeff Burton.
Jabby Flabby, don't go Flabby Burton.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
First up, the rear swings way too much and gets too loose in that position.
Oh, let it go loosey-goosey, baby.
Next, Allmendinger has the ability to drive into the corners deeper than others.
Oh, how I love an experienced person.
Here's a short
Man.
one. Here's a short
Girl. I'll be politically correct.
one. There you go. Here's a short but sweet.
Oh, give it sweet.
The rear keeps going away.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, come back, rear. Come back.
Here's another short and sweet one.
Ooh.
Right now, I'm coming under green.
Oh, it's better than red, baby.
Here's another one. Ready? Two of them have come at the hands of A.J. Allmendinger.
Oh, the dinger-ringer, baby, yeah.
And last but not least, Tyler Reddick has been on the short end since he sat on the pole.
Oh, watch where you're sitting. There's a pole there.
Sexy Booth Guy, you make it all fun.
I try, I really do.
You make it worth it.
I hope so.
All right, well, we will see y'all next week. That's it for Sexy Booth Talk.
Okay.
Maybe we'll get some dirty things from Vegas.
Oh, you know it's wrong in Vegas.
What happens there stays there.
Stays there.
See you next week.
See you next
SBG.
week. That's right.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, yeah. I love Cooter Dooter. Cooter Dooter, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
I heard you did something really fun when you were down at the Roval.
I did.
What'd you get?
I went bowling.
You went bowling?
Yeah.
Who'd you go bowling with?
I went with Eric Almirola.
You went bowling with Eric Almirola.
The Eric Almirola. Am I gonna or am I not gonna maybe retire? Right?
Right.
That's what I call him.
Eric Alma, am I not, am I gonna
Eric Alma, am I not or am I gonna retire?
Did he bowl well?
He bowled amazing.
I bet.
He bowled a 299.
That's crazy. That's 1 point short of a perfect game.
Right, 1 point, and guess what pin he missed?
You'll
never guess.
Just tell.
Well, what's the number of the car he drives?
He drives the number 10.
The 10 pin.
He missed the 10 pin?
This is a true story. You can look this up.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. You know what I bowled?
I don't know.
I bowled cheese fries, onion rings, popcorn, cotton candy.
You bowled it all down your throat?
I bowled it all down, baby.
Boy, you're going to get big.
Yeah, well.
You eat and you drink.
I have a problem. I really do.
Everywhere you go, you're eating and drinking.
I eat my feelings.
Oh.
Do I eat my feelings or am I just having fun?
I think you're just having fun.
I think I'm eating my feelings. Let's be honest here. How do you mourn 200 kids? You know? I don't even know their names. But I mean,
right.
I care and I don't.
Well, good Lord.
You know,
yeah.
I mean, how many seagulls did I kill? You know?
Well,
ooh, you got a cigarette? No, I don't.
Right.
Yeah, you know, I mean, then there's white feathers blowing in the air.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh,
how was the race?
The race was good.
Good. Charlotte?
Well, I mean, you know, they go by you, then you wait 20 minutes and they go by you again.
That's the stinky part of a road course.
Yeah, it's really,
I can imagine it's boring.
Yeah, it's pretty boring. Yeah.
But, that's it for, the Roval for this year, and that's it for road courses,
right?
That's
it for Charlotte.
That's it for Charlotte.
That's it for Charlotte.
Are you going to go to Vegas?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to Vegas.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I got some...
I'm a little worried about you.
I got some debts to settle from last time, you know?
I bet you do.
Yeah, I ain't going to say, but I have a little addiction to something.
Oh, no. You know what? Then you better listen to the end of the podcast.
I have a little addiction to the roulette table.
Well...
Yeah. And then there's the back room. We don't tell you what goes in the back room.
Oh, gosh.
Have you seen the Deer Hunter?
Oh, no. Stop.
Seriously.
Stop it.
Yeah, that goes on, man. What's it, Russian roulette?
Stop.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's
my
called.
Lord.
Yeah,
You
I play Russian roulette. I'm scared.
You know...
Seriously. Give me a gun and $20.
Oh, my Lord. This is getting a little serious here.
Yeah. Well,
all right. So,
that's what I got. Yeah.
So, who do you think's going to? Who do you think's gonna win the championship? Or
I have no idea.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think it's gonna either be Martin Truex Jr. Or Willie Byron.
Oh yeah.
I just don't think Larson. I don't know.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
I'm thinking maybe Willie Byron or Martin Truex.
Yeah, we might have a little bit more. We'll see how things go this week. But man, there's only a few left. A few races left.
Gotta get this road trip in, and can I have a few extra bucks this week since we're going to Vegas?
Yes, you absolutely can.
Send me at least $3 instead of $1.
I will send it your way.
Yeah, just Venmo me.
I will Venmo you at Cooter Dooter.
Cooter Dooter.
We really are going to set that up.
We are.
We're going to set that up for next year.
Cooter Dooter. Cooter Dooter. Yeah, just send the Cooter Dooter.
We're going to.
Yeah.
Cooter Dooter.
Send it now, man.
I will. All right, Coot.
Yeah.
Cooter Mouse Jr.
Cute Newton Boogie.
All right, Cooter Dooter. We'll be careful out in Vegas. Do not get in trouble.
I will not. I'll stay as clean as a mouse can.
Thank you. That's a good mouse.
That's a good mouse.
All right, I'll talk to you next week.
Sounds good.
All right, take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Over and out.
Over and out.
Bye.
Okay, here we are. This is what you came for. These are my NASCAR fantasy picks for the Southpoint 400 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway this weekend.
Let's hear them.
Okay, this week I expect it to be mostly a playoff driver show with 2 non-playoff drivers that are still hot and hungry enough to get in there. Ready? First,
I'm ready.
All right, I'm going to breeze through these because I know we've been going long.
Okay. Like I'm just interrupting you right now.
Okay, first up is Martin Truex Jr. He has 2 wins here in Vegas, 7 top 5s, and 14 top 10s. Whether he wins or not, I know he's going to do well, and he'll probably end up with a top 5 finish. Next up is Joey Logano, because Joey and Vegas are synonymous. They go hand in hand like peanut butter and jelly and peas and carrots and Forrest and Jenny.
Forrest and Jenny?
Joey Logano has 3 wins here and 7 top 5s. You cannot go wrong with the number 22 this weekend. Last but not least in my brilliant picks is Denny Hamlin, because he is a hot driver this year. Yes, he may have gotten his way in on points pretty early on, but that guy wants to race his way into the top 4, because you know what? If you win, you are in to the championship.
Yeah, it's no worries till Phoenix.
No worries till Phoenix. So Denny Hamlin has won here before. He's got 6 top 5s and 11 top 10s, and he's got the drive and determination to make it happy, baby. Now, going down to my bold picks, which, I mean, these are all brilliant, bold, whatever. Kyle Larson. He hasn't won in a little bit, and he's been real close, and I expect that he has a really good chance to win in Vegas, if not at least come in the top 5. He's got to win, bunch of top 5s, and a bunch of top 10s. Keep your eye on Kyle Larson for Vegas. Next up is William Byron, because he's William Byron. And the last time I said, because he's William Byron, he won the race. So this guy is going to the Final Four one way or another, so he might as well get it done this week. William Byron has won here before. He's only got a couple of top 5s, but this is a whole new season, and I am expecting big things. Last but not least, I had a really hard time trying to decide between 3 drivers for this last position. And I'm tempted to say Ryan Blaney, because he is a playoff driver, and he's got a bunch of top 5s and 10s here. I'm tempted to say Alex Bowman, but he's not a playoff driver, and I don't think he'd play spoil sport. But you know who's not a playoff driver, who would still want to win, and who damn well would play spoil sport? Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch has 1 win here, but he has 11 top 5s and 14 top 10s. So I'm going to say Kyle Busch is going to do very well, if not win the race in Vegas.
Wow.
The only 3 people I can say to stay away from, probably, I guess, I don't know, here we are again, Daniel Suarez, Austin Cindric, and Christopher Bell. He's a playoff driver that I don't expect much of here in Vegas. So those are the 3 that I say probably not going to do that well. Who knows? I could be wrong. Let me recap your picks for the Southpoint 400 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. My NASCAR Cup Series brilliant fantasy picks are Joey Logano, Martin Truex Jr., and Denny Hamlin. My bold picks are Kyle Larson, William Byron, and Kyle Busch. And my bonkers picks, the ones that I say, Austin Cindric, Christopher Bell, Daniel Suarez. Don't forget my honorable mentions. Alex Bowman and Ryan Blaney could surprise us anytime. Those are my NASCAR fantasy picks for the week, folks, and I am sticking to them. If you like what you're hearing, follow me on Facebook at Holly's Racing Fantasy for a little more information here and there. You can listen to the latest episode of Holly's Racing Fantasy every Friday whenever there's a Cup Series race, wherever you get your podcasts. Or subscribe to Holly's Racing Fantasy on YouTube for current and past episodes. Thanks. Well, John, that's the end of the show.
That's the end of the show.
One thing I want to say, if you or someone you know has a gambling addiction and would like help, call the National Problem Gambling Helpline.
No, we won't know.
At 1-800.
No, we won't know.
Gambler.
No.
That's 1-800-GAMBLER.
Nope.
I know.
Nope.
You can go online too, or you can text, whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know, we do this fantasy stuff for fun, but some people, they need a little help.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's it for the week.
Yeah.
So I hope everybody has a great week. We are rolling into the fall. I'm looking forward to a much needed break for the month until NASCAR comes back.
I'm looking forward to.
I'm looking forward to a break.
Some apple pie.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
And pumpkin ice cream.
I'll tell you one thing.
What's that?
Stay out of Israel.
Yeah.
It's bad.
I have a feeling that nobody that listens to this podcast would ever go to Israel.
No, I don't think so.
I'm not worried about anybody who's listening.
Yeah, it's terrible over there.
Yeah, it's real. Pray for everybody over there.
Pray for everybody.
Because war is, you know what else I have to say?
What?
War.
Huh.
Good God, y'all. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. A war.
Huh.
Yeah. Good God. Yeah. Oh, what is it good for?
Absolutely
Nothing.
Yep.
Okay.
It really is.
It really
that's all
is.
I gotta. That's all we gotta say.
That's all we
about
gotta say.
We're not gonna get into it.
We're not going to. We're not
gonna get into it.
We're not gonna make it political.
Don't make me pull my Bible out.
That is a whole. That is a whole other podcast.
Well, that's a whole other podcast, but
man, you know what? We could.
I'll tell you what. Keep an eye out for just one thing, people.
Yeah.
The Antichrist.
But yeah.
I'm just saying.
Just saying. But if you or someone knows the Antichrist.
Oh my God!
Did you hear?
If you or someone knows the Antichrist, I might. I might know the Antichrist.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might know a couple of them.
I know a couple of Antichrists.
Yeah. Antichrist cereal. Now from General Mills. Crispy, crunchy, sweet, and oh no.
Oh my God. Now
You've sold your soul.
Now with crucifix marshmallows. All right.
Everybody what are we gonna do?
I know. Let's.
All right.
All right. Everybody have a good week. Stay healthy, happy, learning, growing, and safe.
And what?
Safe.
Safe.
Stay safe, y'all.
And then what?
Race on.
Race on.